Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start our lesson, let us recite 5 surah. The first one, Surah Al-Fatihah. The second one, Surah Toha ayat 1 hingga 5. And then Surah Al-Inshirah, Surah Quraish, and Surah Al-Ikhlas by 3 times. After that, selawat ke atas Rasulullah SAW selama 2 minit. Dan kita niatkan selawat kita ni yang pertama untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, kedua untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, dan yang ketiga untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah di akhirat kelak. Dan kita niatkan juga segala bacaan hafalan surah kita ni dan selawat kita ni untuk kedua orang tua dan seluruh umat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kemudian doa sebelum belajar. Semoga dengan amalan ini akan membuka pintu hati para pelajar untuk mencintai ilmu dan mendapat ilmu yang berkah. Amin.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لإيلاف قريش إيلافهم رحلة الشتاء والصيف فليعبدوا رب هذا البيت الذي أطعمهم من جوع وآمنهم من خوف. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد. 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 محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل 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 محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmatmu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmatmu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, 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 Ya Rabbal Alamin. In this session, we're going to discuss about prime factors. And actually, these prime factors you already learned during your primary level. And also, we already discussed about these prime factors during your year 7. Okay, so take this chance to understand furthermore about these prime factors. And can you please get ready with your notes page 3 and 4 and your worksheet page 2. Learning objective. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to express whole number of more than 2 digits as prime factors. Steps to success. The first one, recall prime numbers and methods to find prime factors. And can you please copy this down in your notes? And the second one, practice how to find prime factors using tree method and also continuous division method. Definition of prime factors means you need to make sure all of the factors are prime numbers. Therefore, you need to recall all the prime numbers. And so far, we already memorized the prime numbers between 1 and 100. And here are the 25 prime numbers between 1 and 100. So it is very important for you to remember all of these prime numbers. Okay, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, and 97. And here we have 25 prime numbers altogether between 1 and 100. And please memorize these prime numbers. It is very important for you to memorize and to remember all of these 25 prime numbers. Two methods to find prime factors, and you should familiar with both of these two methods. The first one is factor tree and the second one is continuous division. Okay, and if the question asks you to use factor tree, so you need to use factor tree for your solution. And if the question asks you to use continuous division method, so you need to use this continuous division method in your solution. Okay, and how to write the answer of this kind of questions is like this. Okay, you take all of the factors like this, and you need to make sure all of the factors are prime numbers. And here for these questions, the answer will be 2 times 2 times 3 times 3, or in index notation. It is important for you to know how to write your factors in index notation. Sometimes the question asks you to give your answer in index notation. Okay, so for index notation, you need to write down as 2 squared times 3 squared. And this topic is very important until your O level. So make sure you need to know how to find prime factors by using both of these methods, factor tree and also continuous division method. Now, let's move to example. And example 5 here. Express the following as the product of prime factors. And now we are solving part A, 198. So you need to express this 198 as the product of prime factors. The keywords here is product of prime factors. This is the keywords to use, either tree method or continuous division method. And another name for product of prime factors is prime factorization. Please remember that one. And I will give you 20 seconds to solve these questions. 20 seconds from now. Okay. Here I use continuous division method. Since this example don't require any specific method, so you can choose either tree method or it's either factor tree or continuous division method. And here I'm using continuous division method, so I put 198 here, and I will use divisions of 2. So 198 divided by 2, you will get 99. And I use 3, leave with 33, 3 with 11, and 11 leave with 1. And to find the product of prime factors, you need to make sure to simplify up to 1, okay, until 1 here. All right, and your final answer will be 2 times 3 times 3 times 11, or in index notation 2 times 3 squared times 11. Okay, and again, if the question asks you to give your answer in index notation, so you need to give your answer in index notation, or else your mark will be deducted. Next, part B. Please express this 270 as the product of prime factors. 20 seconds from now. Okay. And here I also use continuous division method. So remember up to 1, okay, And your answer is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5. Again, I repeat myself. Your answer is 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 5, or 2 times 3 to the power of 3 times 5. And remember to put multiplication here. Okay, remember to put multiplication here and not comma or dot or simply just like this. No. Okay, you need to put multiplication in between all of the numbers. Example 6. The number 324 written as the product of its prime factors become 2 squared times 3 to the power of 4. So here you need to find the square root of 324. And actually, since the product of prime factor is given here, and actually you can get the answer directly from here. It's just that instead of doing to the power of 4, you split this one into 2 square times 3 square times 3 square. Okay, and here you make sure all the power is 2. Why? Because we are dealing with square root, and then you take the base here, 2 times 3 times 3, and that will be the answer for square root 324. Okay, so 2 times 3 is 6, 6 times 3 is 18, and the answer is 18. But if this one is not given in exam, so you need to find out the product of prime factor of 324 first. Okay, now I will give you 20 seconds to get the product of prime factors of 324. 20 seconds from now. Okay, now you should get this. And remember, always up to 1 here. Okay, make sure to get the product of prime factors. Make sure here up to 1. And then you write the answers like this. You write the answers like this. 2 to the power of 2 times 3 square times 3 square, because we are dealing with square root. And then you take the base. You take the base and you will get that 18. And therefore, the square root for 324 is 18. If you try to get the answers by using your calculator, still you will get 18 as the answer. This is very important. Okay, sometimes it's come out in exam, so make sure you understand how to solve this type of questions. Now, last example before we stop. Example 7, and it specifically want you to use factor tree, and here they use the word prime factorization. Prime factorization is another name for product of prime factors, and you need to use factor tree to find the prime factorizations of 315. I give you 20 seconds to answer these questions. Okay, now, so by using factor tree, you will get this, and still you need to make sure all the factors are prime numbers. Okay, so up to here you already got all of the factors as prime numbers. And your final answer always start from the smaller number to bigger number. Okay, and here I give you two ways how to answer these questions. It's either 3 times 3 times 5 times 7, or in terms of index notation, 3 squared times 5 times 7. Okay, so this will be the last part for this session. Don't forget to complete your notes and your worksheet. Thank you so much, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku, dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.